welcome to the show. Here we are on the stage.
Officially, our first day here.
That's right. We called it a dress rehearsal last week. We were on the stage, but we didn't have the fantastic vibrant vine backdrop and all the little details, the order. We didn't really know what we were doing, but now we do. We have it all figured out.
Do we though?
Absolutely.
I think so.
I think so. It's going to be a great show. We're inviting everybody to just come on down here to the Vibrant Vine and join us in the audience, and you can watch the show, enjoy the show, and we will do our very best to find ways to include you in the show because that's what it's all about, really.
Yes, we have Lucy Hazelwood. She'll be doing some audience participation stuff. And it's a free event, so Saturdays 1 to 4 at Vibrant Vine on Pooley Road in Southeast Kelowna. Make sure you check it out.
And Global Adventure Center will be having adventures every week for people to take part in as well.
Yeah, some frisbee golf happening later this afternoon.
That'll be fun.
So
it's kind of exciting. It's kind of a cool news interview that Lisa did recently with Brett Wilson was incredible. He reposted it on his website.
No big deal. Brett's my best friend now. So.
And got like, how many views last time?
I think 1 billion. I'm not sure.
Pretty close to 1 billion views.
5,000. I'm counting. But it just, his brand, like just who he is and what he represents, and just talking about, being successful but not at the cost of other people, and using your brand for good. Remember, he said he wanted to spank Justin Bieber?
That's right, yeah. It was the memorable quote of the day was, he wanted to spank Justin Bieber. And not, just because he's misbehaving, but because he's misusing the opportunity, the power that he could potentially have for good, because he just messes around instead of, like, encouraging people to do good things. And
or
all those
doing charities himself.
Charity work and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like your friend, Taylor.
T. Swizzle. Yeah, I mean, people that have a platform have an incredible opportunity to make a difference in the world, and Taylor Swift is one of those people. Did you see in the news they had a fireman? He responded to an accident and it was actually his wife and child who were in the accident, and he saved their lives, but he didn't have medical insurance, and there was a GoFundMe page set up, and it's first name Taylor Swift, $15,000. So just, that's somebody that she connects with her fans.
She retweeted the story and then donated to the cause. So
yeah,
a great example. People doing good.
And she's a country girl.
She's a country girl, which kind of ties in. We've got a little bit of country coming up on our show later on. Michael Painchaud is going to be here. Fantastic singer.
Up in the crowd.
How's it going, Michael? Yeah, okay. And lots more coming up. We're going to start off with a little bit of theater, and yeah, well, let's get the show going.
We'll go from there. All right. Go to your side, Doug.
This is my side.
That's your side. Okay.
Well, we got a real treat for you. Now, a few members of the troupe dropped by our studio a few weeks ago.
Yes.
We're joined by Rob Mason-Brown, Brad Hull from Fred Skelton Theatre, and you did a little bit of that great show, the award-winning show.
Yes. Yeah, they took it home.
So tell us a little bit about Our Country's Good.
Our Country's Good is the story of a penal colony in Australia in 1788, and the prisoners and some of the officers put on a play, and it's the trials and tribulations as they try and get through the process of building a show, which we as a theatre company know all about. So.
And it was at the Ozone Theatre, or the Ozone Festival,
yes,
that you guys won the whole thing.
We did indeed. We
won.
And
not just that, not just the play. You guys won a bunch of other things too. Like, was it a set or directing?
We took best production, best director, best supporting actor for this guy.
Good job.
And he hasn't taken off the outfit since.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you've done your laundry yet.
And best lighting.
And best costumes.
And best costumes.
As you can see, wow, these are incredibly. Who made the costumes for you?
Most of this work was by Sean Oldham, and the coats were by Laurie Lawler. She really stepped up and put that together for us. It was amazing.
So tell us a little bit about the Ozone Festival, like why you get involved and what's it all about.
The Okanagan Zone Drama Festival is a festival that's put on every year, and all the groups throughout the Okanagan have the opportunity to submit a show, and most groups do their regular run in their home area, and then they all come together for a week, which was in Vernon this year at the Powerhouse Theatre, and we have the opportunity to perform our show and have it adjudicated by a theater. I think this year it was the head of Studio 58 who came and adjudicated the shows. And after the show, you're given the next morning, she's kind enough to sit down with you and adjudicate and say, we liked what you did here. Perhaps you want to try this and otherwise. And then each one is adjudicated. And at the end, there's a banquet where they decide which show is going to be sent on to main stage, which is the top show from each region in the province, goes and performs for a week up in Kamloops to once again be adjudicated. With the possibility of coming out as top production in the province.
So adjudicated. So are you going up there and that people are giving you feedback?
We're being looked at and I guess graded would be the word.
Yeah,
and as to how we presented it.
Like to your face, or that you're sitting
Yeah,
there?
you
and
have to-
like
we're
Simon,
sitting right there,
is there
yeah.
a Simon there that's telling you that was
Yes.
horrible or that was great?
Yeah,
Sometimes that happens.
Sometimes that happens. It hasn't happened very much for us. We've been in.
Because you guys are winners.
You guys, and this isn't the first time. This is like your third in a row.
Yeah, the third in a row we've won the Ozone, and we won the BC one last year. So we won main stage last year. So we're
No
going back
big
to defend
deal.
our title a little bit. But
So what gave you guys the edge? Why did you guys win, do you think?
That I'm not sure. I suspect that this year's Ozone Festival was probably one of the hardest ones that the adjudicators had to deal with because there is just a crazy amount of talent in the Okanagan, and we were lucky to see some of the other productions that were from the other areas. And believe me, there's immense talent in this valley, and it was just a pleasure to see the shows. And then at the banquet, it was a really good feeling because it was a lot of theater groups supporting other theater groups and coming together to celebrate what we've all accomplished.
It's great. Most of the theatre groups really work together, and it's been really great for us as a new theatre company. We've only been going through years to do these festivals because we've now forged links with the various other people in town. Also, Shuswap Theatre Company as well. We're going out there later in the month to perform.
Right.
So you've
perform the show
established
again.
yourself.
Yeah, it's been really great, and everybody is really collaborative and really helpful. And I think the standard this year at the Ozone Festival was incredible. All of the shows were really
Fantastic
really great.
performances.
So now you guys are performing in the Shuswap coming up, and
Yes.
then you're off to main stage. So,
Yes, we're
so that's a
performing-
chance for
yeah.
people to see the show again.
Yes,
if
we're
they haven't
performing
seen
in
it.
Shuswap on July the 4th, and we're performing in Kamloops on July the 8th.
Awesome. A little bit about both of you guys. You know, what got you into theater?
I'd probably have to say my older brother. He was involved in high school theater, and it looked fun. I enjoyed watching him, and then he went off and had a family, and
And you lived the dream.
I lived the dream. I picked up the torch and ran with it, and since moving to the Okanagan, it's been pretty nonstop.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, you've been in almost every show ever.
Brad is famous for being
Yes,
in
Brad
everybody's
has a
shows.
truck.
Yeah,
He can move the set and the props.
that's like 60% of the reason why you're in the show. There's a
And
good
what-
40%
What
otherwise.
about yourself? What got you into theater?
I was one of the few things I really enjoyed in school, and so I did lots and lots of drama, and then I went and did my theatre degree, and then I moved to the Okanagan from England about 11 years ago, and I did stuff with the Actors Studio and kind of just went around doing various bits and bobs, and eventually we formed our own theatre company, and we've been having a great
And now you're
a great
taking
time.
over.
Yes, well, we're doing our best.
And this is the second time that you've performed Our Country's Good, is that right?
Yes, it is the second time. We did it when I was in college as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we're doing a show in a Fringe Festival coming up pretty soon, and again, we've done that one previously, and Doug was in that one, so.
Doug gets around in theater.
On stage.
In theater.
Let's be real clear about that.
All right, you guys have something that you're a little treat for us today? Do you? Do you?
Brad is going to do a little improvised monologue. We're going to combine some bits together for you guys. So
Because we don't have the other 14 people.
No,
from the
no,
cast here.
it's a
14
giant
people.
cast, so yeah,
Well,
he's
let's
going
see
to do
what
his
you got.
best.
You have
a
to
lot of
prove.
it's taken from a court scene where one of the characters is wanting to know about the truth, and my character Ross is truth. We have 800 thieves, purgers, forgers, murderers, liars, rapists, whores, coiners in this scrub-ridden, dust-driven, thunderbolted, savage-run cretinous colony. My soldiers who are trained to fight are turned into ghouly jailers, fed less than the prisoners. This is a hellish hole we soldiers have been hauled to. They feed us less than the officers. But it's all going to be good because we're going to hang some people, and that's the way it's going to be taken.
Wow.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, hey?
Thank you so much, guys, for coming
Thank
out.
you,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
Good luck at main stage.
Thank
and
you.
People get out and catch them at Shuswap and drive over to Kamloops. It's not that far. It's worth it to see this incredible show.
Absolutely. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
You can take that outfit off now.
I can take the outfit off. Yes.
And we're back with Joyce Henderson of Shuswap Theatre. And you as well. We haven't seen you for a
welcome
while.
back.
Stuck around.
Welcome back to the Doug, Lisa, and Rob show.
I'm your host, Rob. We can't get rid of him after the first interview. I'm just kidding. So Joyce, tell us a little bit about your theatre.
Shuswap Theatre has been in existence in Salmon Arms since 1978.
Has a lot of history around it, doesn't it?
It does.
Isn't the lobby, some of the pieces are from a different theatre or something?
They're from the theatre in Victoria,
Yeah.
dating back to the 20s,
Wow.
and beautiful woodwork.
It's lovely.
So you've got a new undertaking going on. This is new, right? The Summer Festival?
Yes, it is new. Julia Body, who has been on the board of Shuswap Theatre for years and has had this dream of doing a fringe-like festival in the summertime.
Nice.
And we were going to do it 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and this is the year it's happening.
Awesome.
Usually it happens like that. One day.
And so it's trial and error in the organizing of it. But we have a great gal, Jackie Mativier, who is heading it up. And she has had lots of experience with Runaway Moon Theatre, which is located just in Grinrod, just outside Enderby. And so she brings a lot of organizing skills. We have 7 different groups
Really? That's good.
performing over the, each performance is under 60 minutes.
Okay.
And it's over 3 days, July 24th, 25th, and 26th. And each play will be on 2 times in those.
What is it about putting on a fringe type festival that's attracted you? Because I know you guys do like regular length shows, but what is it about wanting to do this and in the summer?
Well, we can't call it a fringe because that's a trademark.
Right, trademark.
So
yeah. Fringe-like.
we are calling it Theatre on the Edge,
Ah, okay.
which gives sort of the indication that it's edgy plays,
Right.
ones that you might not see, probably would not see in main stage productions, the regular main stage
And
productions.
I'm guessing that's where Rob and the Fred Skelton crew come in.
Ah, when he said yes, they'll be there, we welcomed him with open arms. His plays always are a bit edgy, and this is over the top edge.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this show you're going to do, Rob? I dare you.
Yeah.
Knowing
Doug
that
has
it's
been in this show, so he knows exactly what it's all about. It's about the serial killer Reginald Christie. And it's by Howard Brenton, written in the 1968, and it was designed for poor theatre companies to put on. So it's all takes place inside a 6 foot by 10 foot cage, and
The serial killer is in the cage?
yes, it's full of newspaper, and there's 3 people in the cast, and it's. I don't think we could perform a piece on TV. I don't think that would go down too well, but it's a really good show, and I think it's a real credit to Shuswap that I think a huge problem for community theatre in BC and everywhere else is that the crowd that are taking part are getting older and older, and Theatre BC have got a real emphasis on bringing young people in and getting more and more young people to take part.
And just knowing about it, because even with me, I mean, I just having this show and having Bonnie Gratz involved here with New Vintage Theatre, exposing me to theatre that I didn't even know was available.
Yeah.
And now that we're doing this show every week, my eyes have been open to so many different amazing theatre companies and theatre happening right here in the Okanagan that I would never have known about.
No, it's a really great thing that you guys are doing.
Doug knew about it.
But it's super exciting to have these kind of really cool edgy shows and stuff that's you guys did like Venus in Fur and it's like stuff that pushes that boundary. It doesn't go into it isn't stuff that people have to be afraid of in any way. I mean,
Serial killers, I'm afraid of them.
Our
well, you
part-
can be afraid of the serial killer, but yeah.
One of our sort of mandate is to do the stranger stuff, but also accessible. I don't want people to come to the theatre and be put off. I'd like people to come and enjoy themselves. So my shows generally are trying to do edgy stuff, but I want to do stuff that's fun to watch.
Right.
And at Theatre on the Edge, all the plays are less than an hour. So
Yeah.
if you don't like it, you don't have very long to stay there.
Right. You're not being held hostage for like 3
Don't
hours.
you dare walk out of my show.
There are 6 other plays besides the one Fred Skeleton is doing, and 4 are from people in the Shuswap.
Yeah.
And one is from Saucy Fop in Kamloops, and it's multiple short comedic plays. And Katrina Kadowski from Soak is doing Cougar Annie Tales. It's a musical that she's written based on Cougar Annie, who lived on the west coast of Vancouver Island and shot more cougars than any other woman.
Oh, I was thinking Cougar Annie like she's a cougar.
No, she is a legend among cougars.
She's a legendary woman who cruises the wine bars.
And
The Eldorado.
the other four are from people within the Shuswap area. Nina Dickens is doing a one-woman show as the vicar's wife and contemplating on her life married to the vicar. And it's called Bed Among the Lentils, and it has a very surprising ending. Julia Body, whose vision this drama festival has been, she is doing Red Wagon Theatre. She's called Red Wagon Theatre, and she's doing a Bench on the Edge, which is a dark comedy. Peter Blacklock has written his own play called A Very Silly Love Story. It concerns two people, a shipwreck, and a bad case of amnesia. And then Calvin White, his is entitled The Question Is, and it's his sort of exploration of metaphysics of life and death. And he previously formed this at the Vancouver Fringe Festival. Yes. The tickets to each show is $10, so
that's
not
affordable.
A huge financial
Not going to
investment.
break the bank.
You can buy 3 production pass, 5 production, or 7 production passes. We are also having an Edge Club out in the patio outside the theater, and we've asked the city to close the alley so beside us, so we'll have a large area for music, food, alcohol.
Yeah, I heard there was going to be like street performers and things like
Yes.
that. That'd be
Yes.
fantastic.
That's awesome. I love it.
So it should be a fun 3 days.
Website.
Website www.shuswaptheatre.ca.
There we go. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic time. Some great shows. People should really get out and just have a taste of this theater on the edge, because that's where the cool stuff happens.
Exactly. And we'll see you next segment again.
Yes, I'll be back.
Each week we're doing a segment called Story in a Bottle, and of course it's fitting that we're doing the story behind the winery that we're at, the Vibrant Vine, and that's your chopper, right?
Right, it's just coming in now.
So that's part of one of the cool things you guys do out here is guests can come by chopper and check the place out.
We can wave.
It's also, if the questions get too hard now, I can just call the guy, a little ladder will come down and I'll just pop
You just
right
get
out
out of here.
I'll be out of here.
It's very convenient that they've had the chopper coming in right at this time.
That's how we wanted to make our entrance on the first show.
Oh, here they come.
Very cool.
See, that it's fancy up here at Vibrant Vine, so you got to get up here and get into the action. And if you need to hire a helicopter, there's that option. They have a helicopter landing pad at the Okanagan Villas.
That's right, and I bet that's the first time this has ever happened to you guys, right?
There's always a first for everything, but next time I'm going to be in that chopper.
Oh, I want to see you in that chopper.
Yeah, I want to like rappel down. But anyways, let's get.
It's a super cool place. Lots of exciting things happen out here. But I'm just curious, like, how did you guys? Where did this all come from? How did you get started in the wine biz?
Yeah, well, I started in the wine biz really early, maybe 6 or 7 years of age. I remember from the UK.
Drinking?
Yeah,
Tasted a lot.
that's right. So I've been tasting, pretty determinedly for 60 years or so. But it was about 10 years ago, I think.
Was it that long
thereabouts.
ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Our sons, I'd retired, we were on the beach. And they said, "Come on, Dad, you really need to do something with your life. You can't lie here
Can't
for
just
the
lie
rest of
around."
your life." I said, "I've done something. 40 years I've been working." No. I've got a great idea. We'll start a winery together. So that's how it all started.
And I know Google was involved in this a little bit with your one son, Tony, who is one of the winemakers. So one of their sons does the wine, and the other son does all this beautiful 3D artwork. If you notice, if you've been up here before, it's all...
Yeah, the artwork is beautiful, as you can see, but the execution
Wait a minute.
had a little bit of a problem.
That label's upside down.
It is indeed. But if you're pouring the wine, it's the right way.
Oh, it looks right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's a story we invented after the mistake.
So this was a mistake originally.
We're going to get to that story.
Oh, yes.
But first, Tony, tell us a little bit about Tony. And because I know he was talking about how when he was, how do I become a winemaker? Because, anything you get into, you think, well, how do you do it? And he said Google was his best friend.
That's true.
I think Google helped a lot. Yes, it sent him in the right direction. And he did a lot of workshops and worked hard. And we did a lot of tasting.
Well, it obviously worked because this one
Yeah,
here.
we went off to Germany, to the Mosel, and most of our white wines are that sort of type because that's what we saw over there, and that's what he learnt. And actually, you may not know this, but the Mosel Valley in Germany, you know, it's where the best Riesling most comes from. It's exactly at this latitude.
Really?
People think, you know, you're in Kelowna, oh my gosh, you must be in the
Canada and
North.
Arctic.
Iced wine.
Iced wine.
It must be delicious.
We're south of Paris.
Wow, really?
You know, so we are slap bang in the middle of the latitude that grows the best white wine. in
Oh, wait
Germany.
a minute. We grow the best.
It used to grow the best.
Well, this is true, though. You actually, I mean, literally have an award for the best white wine in the world.
Yeah, I still think we got a bit confused with some famous French winery. You know, they're mad as heck at us right now. But yeah, we did.
And tell us about the label, because that's a very interesting story. Because as we said before, it is upside down, and it's called Whoops.
Right.
Because it wasn't on purpose.
No. We were off on our winter vacation, the girls. It's all done by hand.
Right.
So we actually shrink wrap this by putting a sleeve over it, and then we put it in Marion's spaghetti pot full of boiling
Oh,
water.
that's real. It was
Yeah.
my spaghetti pot.
It
Yes,
really was.
Yes, in
But
the kitchen.
now we're so big we have 2 spaghetti pots.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we're a really big place.
Going places.
That's right. And so one afternoon, they would do, it's a winery, okay, so you can't expect, you know.
A little bit
people
for
having
you, a little
good
bit for
time.
me.
Yeah. So they basically put about 200 or 300 on upside down.
Oh, wow.
And at the end of the day, they discovered this. How it had not been discovered before. Anyway, they discovered it. And one of the girls there, Jasmine, said to the others, because they were being paid by the number that they got right.
Right.
And so they had a choice at that point. They could either take them all off and lose the money for the whole day,
Right,
or in a moment of wild inspiration, she said to the other 2, let's carry on. Let's just make them all upside down. They'll never notice. Can you imagine that? They'll never notice.
Never notice. Of course not.
So we get back after 3 weeks.
Hope our cameramen don't feel the same way.
oh,
Our
my-
shots will be all upside down.
And there were 8,500 of these upside
Oh,
down.
wow.
And we call it oops, but that was not the first word I used when I got back. When I saw 8,500 upside down. So that's the story.
But that's original too, because if I was going to a wine store, not only do you guys have these fabulous labels, but you notice it's, you know, you gotta look upside down to see
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
what's the story behind it? And that's, you know.
That is the story. And then this is the wine, what's inside it, that went on to win this award in Geneva.
So talk about that. Like, I mean, what was that moment like for you to be? I mean, lots of wineries, local wineries enter
his phone's
competitions.
ringing. Don't you know, Marianne? You're supposed to turn your phone off.
Oh dear.
Well, you have to answer it now. You have to answer it.
It's the people from the helicopter.
It's our chef. He's on his way.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. The chef's
I'm
on his
so
way.
glad he's on his way.
Perfect.
We actually needed to hear that.
Yeah, because the chef's our next segment, so this is good.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, talk about that moment.
Yeah, well, the moment actually occurred after the event, if that makes any sense, because we didn't enter the competition.
We were only 3-year-old at the time as a winery. Well, I felt like a 3-year-old too. But yes, we hadn't entered any competitions. So we weren't used to the protocol. So the people who make the bottles that this is in were so thrilled with our labels, they wanted to have us enter a labeling competition. So we set them down, bottles, shrink wrapped and full of wine. Well,
That was the mistake.
That was the mistake. They usually have empty bottles to go to a labeling competition. So when it got to Geneva, they were unloading the trucks, and this was a heavy case of wine. And they thought, no, this is for the tasting competition. So they sent it over to the West Tower and Trade Centre in Geneva, and not the East Tower where the labeling was. And then 6 hours, however long it takes them to do the tastings, this one turns up tops.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we had no idea.
no idea it was
idea.
even entered.
Not even.
We were interviewed on another television channel, and the interviewer said, "So why did you enter the World Wine Competition?" And on television, I turned to Marion and said, "World Wine Competition? We didn't enter the World Wine. We entered the packaging. I thought we'd won the packaging. No, you won the best white wine in the world."
That's amazing.
Oh, it changed our life forever.
That's incredible. That's fantastic. And now we're going to find out, now that the chef is on his way, we're going to find out what pairs with the best white wine in the world.
We are.
Yeah, so another part of our segment each week we're going to be doing is having wineries, cideries, breweries, and distilleries coming on the show, sharing their story, and then they have to come up with a chef or local restaurant to pair their beverage with. And that's coming up next. You want to tell us a quick thing about
Travis Heckle from Okanagan's Finest. You probably have seen his dressings in the stores now, but he has been with us right from the beginning. We came here 2003 originally and started the winery 2008, but he has been with us from the beginning, and I've watched him develop as a chef, and I'm really thrilled with what he's doing. So we've invited him to come and do some pairings with our wines. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do too.
Well, so are we. That's going to be great. That's coming up
great.
next.
You got to get to your chopper,
Right?
We
and
have to go
we're
to the
going to
chopper.
get to the chopper.
And we'll get the. I like that. That's how we should send all
Take
our
me
guests
to the
off.
chopper. I know. Can't they just pick you up here?
Come up to the chopper.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we'll be seeing a lot of you guys here. And of course, come down to Vibrant Vine to try their wines yourself. And especially Saturdays for our show, 1 to 4, here at Vibrant Vine.
And we're back as promised with the fabulous food pairing. We've got Travis Hackle
and the
from
wine.
Okanagan Foods.
Okanagan's Finest Foods.
Okanagan's finest foods.
Man, it's hot up here.
It's hot up here.
Oh, geez. After I made that salad, I'm going to bust a sweat.
You say you're loosening up as a chef these days.
That's right. And some shameless plug here for
Yeah, there you go.
OKF
That's the
Grill
real thing here.
Very nice.
in Oyama. That's I do the grill, and I do Okanagan's Finest Foods catering. So I've got the best of both worlds. Catering is serious and mature. The grill is whimsical, lighthearted, and childish.
So we want the grill out here is basically what we're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
So how long have you been involved in the chef thing?
I'm gonna date myself, but it's been 29 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough when I was 14 to get hired at a Seagram Museum. There was a museum in Kitchener-Waterloo, in Waterloo, Seagram Museum, a wing of the distillery, and then a wing of the museum was Spirits Restaurant. So at 14, I got a taste for very...
Taste for Seagrams.
For
That's a dangerous taste at 14.
Okay,
Yeah.
cut that out. Anyway, yeah, no, it was fine French cuisine, and then he sent me to New Brunswick for a summer, and then I just carried on with that.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, and then 13 years ago, I started my own business, Okanagan's Finest Foods. A line of salad dressings for about 8 years. It was too much work because the restaurant I opened down the street from here, which is now private property, was too busy, and catering was even busier. So I had to pick what I was going to do. So bye-bye salad dressings, and since then it's just been catering, and now the grill since 2013.
Wow.
Well, and the people here at the Vibrant Vine are a big fan of you. Obviously, you're on our very first show, so you're our first chef coming in here to do a wine pairing. So we have
The oops.
the Oops.
The Oops.
So this is what you start with. Talk about how you go about making a pairing.
Well, essentially, I speak with the winemaker, the wine master, and I give him sort of my general idea of how the courses are going to play out, on a multi-course dinner. And he then goes through his wines that will pair with it and perhaps corrects an ingredient here or there throughout the meal that might clash.
Wow, it's that detailed.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It truly is, and that's something I just have not endeavored to take time to learn, is how to seriously pair wines and get right into it, because food in its own self is a huge realm.
Right.
I'm still learning. So basically, I give him a layout of what I'm thinking, and then he just tightens it up and pairs it.
Back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, and what's good about this, like today what we're doing is a white balsamic and grapeseed oil salad of Gatsky Orchards out in Oyama.
Right.
Everything here is available off their farm. So black kale, beet tops, various heirloom tomatoes, raspberries, strawberries, and then just grapeseed oil and white balsamic, so that it will pair nicely with the wine, yet lend itself to additions. Wow. Perhaps you want to put some local goat chèvre on it, or maybe some toasted hazelnuts, or even like a mustard seed crusted sable fish.
Or a burger.
Yeah. Or
Just kidding.
You get hungry, right?
you're funny.
I'm
That
really
was-
hungry.
Yeah, or a burger.
No, I'm just kidding. So, I learned because I just grew my own garden last year for the first time. A really
Nice. Congrats.
pretty quality garden, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that you could actually use the tops of beets until someone told me it's good you can saute them too. There's so many
Yes.
things you can do with
A
them.
little butter, some kosher salt's my favorite. Sea salt's great, but kosher's just got the perfect texture, and a little vinegar, citric acid of sorts, either lemon or lime or vinegar, just to cut through the butter. And you get the juice from the beet greens and hit it with a little wine. And then
Salivating.
a little bit of vinegar and the butter, and then it turns into like a beer blanc, a beet top beer blanc.
Yum.
Are we allowed to drink on television?
Oh,
Why
yeah,
not?
we have to in the sampling industry.
It's just
Yes,
part
where'd
of
the
it.
other glass
Yes.
go? Because I think Doug's going to try it, yeah?
I think
Okay.
yes. There's.
Right.
Yeah. I will sniff it.
Okay, Doug, you have to check the pairing out, though.
right, yeah, I'll
you
check
need
the
to
pairing.
eat a bit of everything here.
Okay.
And then
Like a rabbit.
Yeah, maybe just
Okay.
dip it in the sauce and you'll be good.
Get
That
that.
can I just? I'm
Or
hungry.
you can eat the whole thing. That's,
Okay, where's the fork?
that's your pay for,
I wanna try
for
the
today.
beet top. Give me
that for a
Yes.
second.
Oh, I'm the new host of the Doug and Lisa show. My name's Travis.
Step aside, DL.
It's the TL show.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get a little bit of everything here.
you're doing good, man. You were doing
gonna be a
you were
bit
doing
messy.
really good.
So this dressing is we said grapeseed oil and
It is merely grapeseed oil and white balsamic vinegar. Nothing else. When you have ingredients like this fresh off the farm,
Your dog
you
hits
don't
his
need
sister-
to.
yeah, the tomato, there you go.
You don't need to mess around a lot.
Right.
I mean, I might stir a little Dijon mustard, some shallots, a bit of parsley, and go real old school classic. But again, I like to leave room for people to add to my dishes if they like, or if they choose just to eat it in its simplest form.
Now we got to pair it, right?
Okay.
So I tried. a
I'll keep
mouthful of-
trying until you guys figure that part out.
Well, we might need another bottle of wine, eh, Doug?
Wow.
We're
Okay. Yeah.
slow to think here.
Absolutely.
Let me
It
smell
just
it.
magnifies
Oh,
everything.
that wine is so good, doesn't it? Though.
You can just really get how all of those fantastic flavors just come together. We're just
You
gonna
just
eat.
leave us
Okay,
alone
we'll
for a
be-
minute. We're just
We'll be done
gonna
in half an hour.
be up here.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's great. I'd
You're
shake
so
your hand,
welcome.
but I'm covered in oil.
Oops, chef forgot the napkins.
Yeah.
It's okay. Thank
I'll
you so
continue
much.
holding on to this until you clean your hands, or
No, that's good. We're good.
He's
Okay.
been moving sets all day.
We'll keep eating this through the break, and we'll be right back with more. Thanks. That's good.
And if you're a winery,
Thank you.
cidery, brewery, or distillery and you'd like to come up here and do a tasting, a winery and a chef, either one of those, email us at dougandlisashow@gmail.com. Also follow us on Facebook,
he know what it is?
facebook.com/dougandlisashow.
And please, by all means, come visit Oyama, OKF Grill, the Oyama Zip Line, Gatsky Orchards, Oyama Beach. It's truly paradise.
He has a
Thank you.
platter here that says, I love Oyama. He's
You got the
serious.
shots of it? Yeah, I'm serious. Thanks, folks.
Thank you so much for coming. Now come and get it, Lucy.
One.
We can't stop him.
No, he's a comedy
We've got
man.
joined by Dave Kopp from Dakota's Comedy Lounge
Hi.
here. Hello. How are you?
I'm really well, thanks.
Are you feeling funny?
No. It's way too early for me. I should be in bed.
He told me I will not be doing anything funny because you can only be a comedian in a room at nighttime.
No, I said I can only be a comedian when people are drunk, and luckily we're at the winery, so let's do it.
How are anybody drink? The ladies over there.
Oh, they're
You-
going to
you-
be your
you-
biggest fans
You
today.
get some laughs
Yeah,
there.
free tickets for these three.
Okay, tell us a bit about what you do.
I run Dakota's Comedy Lounge. That's a actual comedy club right here in Kelowna. It's the back room of Dakota's. It used to be the viewing room for racquetball.
People
Doesn't
would
make
go
it
there to-
sound very cool, does it?
Wow, the
I've
racquetball
been there.
viewing room.
Yeah, but it's not anymore. Now we put curtains over it and lie. It's now it's a comedy club.
But you could open the curtains if you wanted to watch racquetball and comedy at the same time.
Yeah, and that's my demo actually.
Yeah.
People who like racquetball and comedy. That's mostly who comes.
That's your demographic.
That's those three right there.
Yeah. No, they're not paying attention at all.
We lost them with racquetball.
Yeah.
So you are a comedian. So do you have any jokes to give us a little taste of what we'd see if we came out to one of your shows?
Yeah, I'll give you a censored version. When I was a kid, we were so poor.
How poor were you?
How poor?
How'd you know to do that? That's really
You
good.
told us to
Okay,
earlier.
okay. We were so poor. The only transformer we had was a futon.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd
like
unfold it, and my brother would stand behind and say,
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
because that's the transformer sound.
That's what the sound of Transformers
These
make.
girls love it. They
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
they're
dying.
loving it. They're just crying.
All right,
over
so
there.
we're gonna with the slow clap.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have you back once we've given you a chance to acclimatize to daytime.
Yeah.
And give you a
And-
few drinks.
Yeah.
And
I've already
and-
had a few drinks. So that's fine.
And so we'll look forward to having you back on the show. People should check out Dakota's Comedy Lounge.
Yeah, and just go to KelownaComedy.ca. That's the website. Check out all the shows. We do shows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Awesome. Well, get ready because you're going to be coming back here in a couple weeks.
Yes, I
And
will.
we're going to have you up here and you'll do a whole bit.
Yeah, you got it.
Clean. This
Clean
is
it up.
It's a family show.
Clean it up. No more Transformer
Wash
jokes.
your
None of that
mouth
Transformer
out
stuff.
with some soap.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks very much.
so much.
Thank you.
So each week on the Doug and Lisa show, we like to find somebody inspiring in the Okanagan. This week we have Julie Michaud. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Julie here. I don't know if you've heard about a cleft palates, but you know when you grow up and you're in Dairy Queen and stuff, we see all those pictures of people
Yep.
with cleft palates, and it just shows that our healthcare in Canada is so amazing because the children that are born with cleft palates usually get them fixed right away.
Yeah.
But it's a process.
It is a process, most definitely. It starts when you're about 2 or 3 months old. You have your first surgery because younger than that, you're actually too young to go through that process. Maybe it's changed. That dates me a little bit, but maybe it's changed now. But back in the days, it was how it worked. And as you grow up, what happens is your face keeps changing because obviously you grow. Your face gets bigger, actually. And then the bones move, and as your bones move, then you need to reassess, and you need to go through maybe another surgery. And actually, the last surgery I had was last year, a year ago.
Wow. So it's an ongoing process right through your whole life, or up until now, anyway, I guess.
Absolutely. Although I was a later, I decided to not go through the surgery. I should have gone through that surgery maybe when I was 18 years old.
Right.
And at that time, it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue for a variety of reasons. But I decided to go through it last year, and I said farewell to the former face I had.
We have a picture of that we'll show.
Oh, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So in April last year, I decided, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go through that very last surgery, and here I am today.
So, what's it like to say goodbye to the face that you've grown up with in that way? I mean, that's a hard thing for most of us to kind of maybe come to grips with.
Absolutely. I would say this is a workout. It doesn't start where, okay, I'm going for surgery and I'm going to say goodbye to my face. This
Right.
is not exactly how it works. What happened is, for one thing, you need to understand before you even decide to go through a surgery, you have to understand that you're so much more than your face.
Right.
And I think that's the most important thing. You have to start to understand who you are and how you present yourself to the world, and how all of this is, it's actually all encompassing. And your face is actually a reflection of what you have inside. So they may change a few things on your face. They may change the symmetry. This is what they did for me.
Right.
They changed a few symmetry. Now I can close my mouth. It's absolutely amazing. But truly, when I said goodbye to my face, I knew that maybe I won't have a face that I like better. But I know that I'm more than that. And I
Right.
know that however this works out, I'm going to just project myself to the world that same way.
And that's what makes your story interesting, is because
Thank
Julie
you.
actually, for a living, tell everybody what you do for a living.
I'm the owner of Painchaud.ca. Painchaud.ca distributes cosmetics, makeup, and beauty products, as long as actually baby care products that are made absolutely naturally. They're premium brands made in Canada. So that's actually quite amazing. And I know that I've had that question before. They would say, you sell cosmetics and you have all this story. How does that even relate? And to me, it does relate, because I wanted to provide women a way to actually express themselves, express who they are, but without ever forgetting that no matter how much lotion you lather onto yourself, it really starts inside. And so I'll never just sell a lotion to sell a lotion. Mm-hmm. We're actually going to go, okay, so what's actually happening? What would you like to accomplish? What are you looking for? And then we're actually going to work from the inside out and provide, of course, a lotion that's going to be amazing on you as well.
So growing up and going through all these surgeries, did you have like a lot of times in school and stuff where you had scarring and things like that?
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's another thing is how are you be able to get past that? I'm sure, kids are mean. Would you have experienced bullying at all or anything like that?
I've experienced some bullying, but I was one of those, and I have to say that to parents who deal with maybe children that have differences, if I may.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, I was very lucky. My parents never treated me like I was different. I remember I was very young, not a teen yet. So let's call it 6 years old. And I went to play with friends, and they called me flat nose at the time. So they said, we can't play with flat nose. Flat nose doesn't get to play with us. And so of course I came back home crying, and I said, Mom, Dad, I can't play with those kids. And they said, well, why? I said, because I have a flat nose and that's not allowed.
Oh, man.
And yeah, that's very interesting. Having said that, they didn't say, oh, poor you. They said, well, I don't see what that does. You go right back in there and you play with them. Just make your room. So they never treated me like I was different. And then I remember in my head thinking, that's actually true. I'm not different.
So you could never be a victim. You had to just be.
That's right.
We all have our things that people could make fun of, and did in elementary school. It's
Oh yeah. And another thing, as I grew up, so that happens when you're 6 years old, that flat nose can't play blocks with everyone else. When you're 15, it's a bit different.
Yeah. And what was it like at 15?
Yes. Well, when I was 15, this is when I underwent a second surgery. So what they did is they took a portion of the bone in my hip this time. Portion of the bone in my hip, and they kind of filled my face with it so that my nose would actually have a straight base. And what happened at this time is, in addition to have a lot of bruising on your face and a lot of swelling, then you also can't walk straight. And so that's what I had to do at this time, is realize again that I was so much more. I was so much more, and that I could project myself to the world in a way that would be received.
Well, and obviously you come across like your inner beauty does shine through. And I notice, usually you don't ever tell a woman about her pregnancy, but it's pretty glaringly obvious that you've got a little one on the way.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you. Yes, it's definitely happening.
And you're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you
How
so
can
much.
people find out more about your products?
The best way to find out about the products is portiaela.ca. It's spelled portia-ela.ca online. And actually there's the small shop event at night coming up. So on the 18th, if you'd like to meet me, or if you'd like to meet some of the team of portiaela.ca and try a bunch of different products and just have a nice chit chat, come to the studio on Cannery Lane, just next to Prospera Place. And we'll be right there.
Perfect. That's right in our neighborhood.
Right down the street.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me. A pleasure.
Right, now I first met our next guest when I was doing the MC for Angel Award, which is a great local event that raises money for kids with arthritis, and a fantastic group of young people were performing there, and kind of a talent scout for our show.
He's a very good talent scout.
I was like, I heard Michael sing, and I was like, okay, I gotta get this, see if this guy's got some original music that he can do on our show. Because your voice just rang out in that room. It was so beautiful. You had everybody in the palm of your hand.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say. I was quite nervous, but that was an awesome event. I was very lucky to be chosen to do that.
A lot of great young, talented people performing in that.
Everybody, yeah, it was amazing. The dancers are so cool.
Well, and you sing country music.
Yeah.
What made you start doing country music?
My grandparents, they're from Saskatchewan. I'm from Saskatchewan.
Say no more.
So,
Saskatchewan country music. There you go.
You got the farm background, and you got your country. You got your boots on.
The boots.
I forgot mine. I'm very disappointed because I am a country girl. I love country music. So
I sent her your name to look up, and she checked out some of your music. And she's like, "This guy's good!" Exclamation! Exclamation! Exclamation!
Yeah, I know. My husband and I were listening to you last night.
Oh,
so they want to buy your CD, so you better make one.
Yes.
Oh, well, yep.
You're working on that, right? You're writing some songs?
Funds.
The funds,
first to record, but yeah, I have quite a few original songs. I just need to pay some people.
What are some of your inspirations?
Well, my first inspirations were jazz, actually, like crooners,
Really?
Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra,
Michael Bublé.
That's my favorite.
Obviously,
Jinx.
Yeah, and then Garth Brooks. He was my favorite, and then I like Joe Nichols a lot. He's kind of reviving the traditional country music, and that kind of inspired me lately to try to go back to the roots for my songs, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge country fan, but I really like the authentic.
Get out of here, Doug.
I really like the authentic, rootsy stuff. You know, like the things that because country. We were talking about this earlier. Country has a chance to. It just talks about sort of real emotion and real life. Things, unlike a lot of pop music. A lot of pop music is about clubs and drinks and things that I don't relate to anymore.
Well,
yeah, no, you're not clever, Doug.
Not anymore.
I think you can go both ways for country music.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
but
now
but,
there is.
But country has that tradition of speaking from the heart.
Yeah, no.
We're in the
that's
country
different.
now. There's tractors
That's
going
the
behind
tractor
us.
going by right now. You may hear
He thinks that my tractor's sexy. So my very first concert was George Jones.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
That's a good
so
one.
what was yours, Doug?
Trooper.
Oh, that's good too. Mine was Alice Cooper.
There you
Really?
go. See?
Yeah.
We got all the bases covered
good.
here.
Yeah.
So today on the show, what are you going to be singing for us?
Some originals. They're kind of, one's like funny, kind of. I hope it's funny. And then the other ones are kind of more serious. You'll see.
And the inspirations for all those songs?
Yeah, I might introduce the inspirations. One is me trying to impress girls in bars and failing spectacularly.
We'll get some girls up here and we'll see how the song works.
We'll see.
Awesome. Well, let's get you going.
Yeah, we're going to move things around here on stage. And coming up next, Michael Painchaud.
Nice.
Michael Painchaud.
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 I want to say the end. I
Pay
don't
for
know
the
why.
show. I know.
Pay for the
Yeah,
show.
pay for
You
the
have to
show.
resist.
All right.
And how do people find you finally?
Oh, www.michaelpainchaud.com. Don't Google it.
Don't Google
You
it.
won't- you won't
It's
find
buried
it.
in the
not-
results.
It's buried.
in there.
All right, stick around. In just a few minutes, we'll have some fantastic country music.
Hello, I'm Michael Painchaud, playing at the Vibrant Vines. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to play two of my own songs. The first one is a song I wrote about trying to impress girls in bars, but failing, and it's called A Little Bit About Me. I hope you enjoy. I've been waiting in this not so quaint and just something that I always know. Two-stepping ladies, can I have a dance please? 'Cause I don't wanna be all by my own. And I believe that there is a reason for everything to go on. And pretty lady might sound crazy, but you're the one that I want. I'm just wondering if there is a chance you might be interested in the dance. So before you say no, let me tell you a bit about me. 'Cause girl, I know I can change your mind and you'll see that I'm not like those other guys with skinny jeans and little tires on their trucks. I'm telling you, you'll see. Just let me tell you something, just a little bit about me. I can feel dressed a deer in 90 seconds flat. And when I go fishing, I've been known to have the furthest cast. And I remember one time I wrestled with a bear cub in the grass. I can show you my scars, all you have to do is ask. Don't know why you're not looking to impress me against those other guys, it's really no contest. So before you say no, let me tell you a bit about me. 'Cause girl, I know I can change your mind and you'll see that I'm not like those other guys with skinny jeans and little tires on their trucks. I'm telling you, you'll see. Just let me tell you something, just a little bit about me. I can toss a bale of hay 20 yards on a good day. I can rope and spit like you ain't seen. I can play my old guitar and navigate just with the stars. It's the whole package in one pair of jeans. So before you say no, let me tell you a bit about me. 'Cause girl, I know I can change your mind and you'll see that I'm not like those other guys with skinny jeans and tell you something just a little bit about me. Thank you. My next song is called Don't Say Goodnight. It's about the loneliness of having to say goodbye, whether it's for a night or a week or forever. So I hope you enjoy this one as well. Can you hear that whistle blowing in the night? Can you see in just the moonlight? Please don't go, you can't leave me here alone, 'cause the evening is dark without a light. And don't say goodnight. Don't say goodnight. Do you know how lonely I would be if you went and left without me? Oh, you know, life alone here is so cold. So please, just stay by my side and don't say goodnight. I need you to show the way, and that's why you have to stay with me, to show me the light. And I don't know why, I just need you here tonight. The moon's in the sky, it's so, so bright. But don't say goodnight. Don't say goodnight. Yeah, I know it's late, but it's okay. You can sleep in tomorrow all day. So why don't we wait? It might be our fate to stay here till morning light. But don't say goodnight. I need you to show the way, and that's why you have to stay with me, to show me the light. And I don't know why, I just need you here tonight. The moon's in the sky, it's so, so right. But don't say goodnight. Don't say goodnight. Thank you so much. Please check out my website, www.michaelpainchaud.com. Thank you.
Oh, Michael, that was so good. Thank
You're
you so
amazing.
much.
Thank you so much.
That's great.
And
Fantastic.
we were talking over, the girls and I, over in the corner there, talking about, you know, you are an amazing singer, but you're also a very nice person, which is a very good combination to have.
And that's what we're looking for on the show.
Yes.
Nice people that are talented.
Yes.
So if you are a singer or a performer of any kind and you'd like to be on the show, we've got room on this stage for, 12 more. No, 11 more.
11 more shows,
11 more shows
and counting.
happening right here at the Vibrant Vine every Saturday from 1 till 4. Everyone's invited. It's absolutely free. There's food, there's wine, there's fun.
Talent like this wonderful gentleman here. And you can email us at DougAndLisaShow@gmail.com and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/DougAndLisaShow for updates, and to, of course, send us what you got.
Right, your demo tape or
What
something.
do you got, Doug?
What do I don't got anything, but I think you guys might got a song for us.
Whatever.
To take us out of here, because came up with this brilliant idea.
No,
at the
you
last
did.
minute. I came up with this brilliant idea.
That
I don't
everyone
have to
regrets.
take part in.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
No regrets. Just give it a try. So you guys got a song for us? You're gonna sing us out?
Sure.
Yeah, we're not going to do a country song. We can make it country-y. Thinking out loud. Ed Sheeran.
All right, take it away.
Don't know the words to this one either, but I'll try.
We'll just sing.
Yeah, we'll just.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling,
I will be loving you till we're 70.
Nice. Me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now
You're so good, I don't even.
take me into your loving arms. Jump in there.
Jump into your loving arms? My husband's in the audience.
That's a showstopper.